welcome to another video. And in this video, we are going to be talking about Nintendo's E3 presentation. So, Nintendo held their E3 presentation last Tuesday. If you haven't seen my reactions to it, I'll leave a link in the cards right about now, and I'll leave my reactions in the description below as well. So, yeah, Nintendo held their E3 conference last week. A bunch of new games were announced, and we also got some info on a few titles that we also have already heard about. So yeah, let's go ahead and sort of discuss those things in a bit more detail, shall we? So first up, we're going into the first thing that Nintendo unveiled at E3, and that is Daemon X Machina, which is a brand new IP, I believe, for Nintendo. And I had no idea what was going on when this trailer was announced. Like, literally, I did not know anything that was going on. I don't know whether or not this is the actual thing. What is this? X. Something about X. Daemon X Machina. Okay, I have no clue what this is. As you can tell, I'm probably going to put a clip in here somewhere, but anyway, yeah, I could not tell what was going on. It was just a lot of machines fighting each other, and I think that the art style that they went with for this game looked pretty interesting. I think that it looked a lot like No More Heroes, which made me think it was No More Heroes to begin with, but honestly, I would say that the game looks pretty interesting. I might check it out if they have some sort of demo available, but I don't really know about purchasing the game right now. Okay, so let's move on to Xenoblade. Honestly, I don't really have that much to say about Xenoblade because I haven't really played Xenoblade 2 right now, but all I have to say about that is that the graphics for the trailer look really good, but I don't really know if that's the in-game graphics that are already part of the game or whether or not these were entirely new environments, but if they are, they look really good. But anyway, I thought the trailer was very nice, and yeah, September 2018. Not too long of a wait for you Xenoblade fans out there. Alright, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So this project or this game is probably one of the games that I'm more excited for. I thought the graphics looked very nice, and I love the new co-op aspect of it, but I can definitely see why people say that they're just making the game to get more attention for Pokemon Go, because it does have a few elements of Pokemon Go incorporated into it, and it feels like it's kind of like heavily hinted at least if you watch the trailers. In some of the gameplay, at least. Although I would say it looks very good. I like the new co-op aspect. I like what they kind of did with the Pokemon, with it being a little bit more interactive with the Pokemon, because in past games you haven't really been able to kind of explore around the area with your Pokemon. So I think that doing that was a very nice touch, and yeah, I think that is going to be a very good element to the game. Alright, Super Mario Party. So this game is hands down the game that I'm most excited for outside of Smash Ultimate, of course. But I am glad to see that Mario Party is going back to its roots, and the gameplay looks very nice. I love what is going on, but I am sort of iffy on some of the elements on it. For example, the character dice blocks, I don't really like the character dice block element of it because it feels like that's kind of broken. You always have the character dice blocks, so it kind of feels like a Bowser situation in a sense where like it's really, or it can be very broken if you really think about it. Also, I'm happy to see that they're incorporating new games on the side, and I'm really happy to see that they're sort of pushing the more gimmicky stuff to the side modes and keeping that there. And Lord, thank you God that they are getting rid of the car. And I just bumped my mic, but thank you that we are finally getting rid of the car. Alright, next up is Fire Emblem Three Houses. So when I first saw the trailer, my immediate thought was that I did not expect him to go to the real-time strategy route, and the gameplay looks pretty interesting. I mean, it looks pretty different from what I've seen from a Final Fantasy game. I think that this was the Final Fantasy game that they were developing back in 2018. So I guess I had that wrong in my predictions video, but it looks pretty good. The music sounded very good. It was one of my favorite songs throughout the entirety of the presentation, but I did notice one small flaw in the trailer, in that it has a heck ton of animation lag. So I hope that they iron that out before they release 3 houses, but we'll see when the time comes. Hopefully they have more gameplay, or they have like another direct before Fire Emblem 3 Houses comes out, but we'll see how they sort of iron that out when the time comes. And now we are at the elephant in the room, Fortnite. And yeah, at this point, freaking everyone is tired of Battle Royale. And when I say tired, I mean tired. Like, when I was watching the E3 presentation, like, everyone was like, no, just no, Nintendo. I definitely think that the Battle Royale genre is starting to overstay its welcome a bit because of all the popularity it's been getting with like Fortnite and PUBG. But yeah, at least the game looks good and it seems to play pretty good. I mean, I haven't played it myself, but just from the gameplay trailers, it seems to play pretty good. Next up, we are at the point where Nintendo decided to show off a bunch of games at once, including more than a few indie games. So we saw some games that we knew about, some we didn't. We kind of got the release dates for some of them that we did not know about. Overall though, we saw a good 30 titles in that one segment, including the 3 that they showed off before like that segment. So we did get a pretty decent amount of games, surprisingly, from that. You wouldn't think so, like, if you didn't consider that category, but yeah, we got a pretty good amount of games if you do include that category. However, I do wish there was more time given to some of the games in this section. Like, there are games in this section that I would have been more than excited to learn some info about, and I would have appreciated if Nintendo would have gave us a little bit more info. But I kind of understand why they might have not given info for those games, because maybe the developers might not have had anything to give, or maybe the game was in this final state like Sushido is, that game's out right now, and Mario Tennis Aces, that's coming out like this month. In fact, it's coming out in, I believe, this week, I think. So I can definitely see why those games didn't like get a lot of info for them. And lastly, we have Smash Ultimate. Holy crap, this game looks awesome. I am loving a lot of the changes that Sakurai has made to the game since the last entry. In fact, I've been loving some of the more aesthetic changes to the series, like all the UIs and all of the sort of like menus. It's kind of a smart little quality of life thing that they've been doing. If you saw my initial reaction, I really like that they included Daisy this time around, because if you didn't know, I used to main the Peach Daisy skin. So pretty funny coincidence, to be honest. So you got
a brand new Echo Fighter.
Oh, we have a brand new character. Oh, Daisy. Oh my god. I actually used to use Daisy a lot, but then I just started using the Peach skin. And honestly, I kind of think that I'm going to be maining Daisy skin because of it. Yeah, I've really liked a lot of the things that Sakurai has done for the game. However, there are some things that, when looking at the game from a competitive aspect, I think would need to be changed. Specifically, the fact that Ryu now will always face his opponent. Yeah, that might be a little bit broken, because just facing your opponent, like always facing your opponent is going to be a really, really overpowered thing, especially since like none of the other fighters have that sort of thing going on. So that is going to be heavily broken for all the Ryu mains out there. And another thing that I thought needed to be changed was Shulk's Monado arts, which I thought were a little bit too fast in the switches, at least from the trailer. I thought it was a little bit fast, but that's the only real thing that I saw wrong with it, because I did notice that it does have like a cooldown timer. So in my opinion, if they had just like a sort of cooldown period for Monado arts, I think that Shulk's moveset would probably be perfect. But anyway, that is all of my thoughts for Nintendo this E3. Did I think Nintendo win E3? Not really, but I would kind of contribute that to like all of the major systems being on par with Nintendo this year. This year was one of the rarer years where like all the systems are like neck and neck with each other. So Nintendo for me didn't really win E3, but I will say that they did have a solid presentation and they did do very, very well. So what's your opinion on Nintendo's E3 Direct? Do you think it was good, or do you think there are some things that Nintendo should have went back to the drawing board on? Leave your opinions down below and maybe we can have a nice little chat about them. If you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and also turn notifications to stay up to date with when I post. And until next time, I have been Koops, you've been awesome, take care, and happy gaming!